There are many ways of doing masking in Photoshop. Here's an image that I have up on the screen. I'm going to show you a couple methods. The quickest way to start this, if you wanted to paint the layer mask on, this is one method. First we have to duplicate the background image. So I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to say duplicate layer. It's going to ask me what I want to name it, and I'll just go with the default background copy. So I'm going to apply a layer mask to this image right here. Now there are two ways of doing that. I can apply a white mask or a black mask. Now when masking, you have to remember that white reveals everything in the image and black conceals everything in the image. So if I were to click the layer mask image, by default it's going to give you a white mask. And I'm going to remove the background so you can't see that. So this is just the image that we're seeing. So we have a white mask on it, and obviously we see everything in the image. If I wanted to, I'm going to step back here for a second. I'm going to add a black mask. Now that black should conceal everything. So again, I'm going to remove the visibility on this, and I'm going to hold the Option key down on the Mac or Control key down on the PC while clicking the layer mask. Notice that everything disappears. I'm going to bring this back into view. So that's what the image is there. It's just hidden by this black mask. That's how you know that the black mask is working. So how do we reveal some of the images? Well, I'm going to select white here. And remember that Photoshop deals with just white, black, and grays for masking. Again, black is concealing everything here. White is revealing, and shades of grays would be a variant, kind of like a feather effect. So I'm going to select white here. I'm going to choose my paintbrush, and just to get an idea of where the image is. So it's right about here is where the pole is. So if I start painting, notice that that's revealing that part of the image. And if you look at the mask icon down here, you can see that little sliver of white, because that's the revealing portion. So I can continue painting in this manner here to reveal, that the section, and everything else, the sky will be concealed. Now, what happens when I want to refine this? Because I certainly don't want to have the sky in here, especially this red. So I can just switch over to black, and I can continue painting. I'm going to make the size of the brush smaller. And notice that you can really refine it to this point here. So this is one way of masking an image. And I'm doing a very good job here, but you get the point. This is one way of masking the image using the paintbrush. And again, you just create a mask, create a black mask, and you just start painting to reveal it using white, or switch it to black to conceal the parts that you don't want to show. So that's basically how layer masks work. It's fairly simple. Obviously, one of the other ways of doing this is to use the object selection tool. So I'm going to delete this layer entirely. So I'm going to choose that, say yes. You're left with the background image again, and I'm going to, again, duplicate the layer. And one way of doing this, make sure that you're on the background copy that you just did, or the new layer, whatever you're naming it here. I'm going to go up to the selection tool, and there are a couple different ways of doing this. Polygon lasso tool, magnetic tool, so either one would work, or you could use the object selection tool, whatever you feel comfortable with. So right here, I'm just going to give you a demonstration of the polygon tool here. So we start clicking around, and this is the portion that I want to have in the image. And I'm just going to go down here and quickly define a section of this image that I want to have here. And again, I would take my time on this, but I'm not just for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to kind of zip along here and just go up here with a few more, and I'm just going to end it over here. I just want to show you this little section. So that's the only section that would be masked. Now, again, I'm going to hold the Option key down, click on the mask, and notice everything except for that, if I click on that, that disappears, so everything else is showing. If I were to choose the default white, it would be just the opposite. So let's go back. I just want to show you one more time here. Select this. Everything is still selected. You have the copy layer. Click the mask icon. Hide the background, and that is our masked portion that we just selected. So hopefully that explains a couple of things. Again, black conceals, white reveals. So that's what the different mask types are. Holding the Option key or the Control key, whether we're on a PC or Mac, while selecting the layer mask icon gives you the option. It's either going to be solid black or solid white. You can make a selection or you can start painting. So either way, you can create a masked image using these commands.